Hello. Welcome to another episode of T.M.I Thursday. I am your host, Tonk 7. Thank you for being here tonight. In my winter gear here in lovely Seattle, Washington. It's actually been a pretty nice winter so far. It's raining right now, of course, but it's been pretty sunny lately. I don't know if it has to do with La Nina. I forgot if it makes things better or worse, but it's been nice. It's been pretty nice. I've been seeing the sun, so but it doesn't mean it's not cold. You know what I'm saying? I got these off T.M.I, and they're pretty dope. I mean, I like T.M.I because they have stuff in camouflage. Like they have the most random stuff in camouflage. So there's like one of everything, and I'm like, give me 3. You know what I'm saying? And these have, I don't want to pull it over because the button is on there, but it's like a fold over and I can put my fingers in there, if you know what I mean. But anyways, thank you for being here tonight. Hello, everybody. Shake is, he's producing another show. So I'm going to just hold it down until he gets here and he throws up the little subjects and stuff that we got going on tonight. But I figured I just started off. I was wondering what he was going to do. And like the way he floated around Bill Belichick after leaving New England. And it's just crazy, like that he's going to go coach college. So his dad, I think, went there, or his dad was a coach there. So I think that's the only reason why, honestly, I think that's the only reason he connected with North Carolina was because he had past roots there. I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to really shake up the ACC. I'm really excited about that because the ACC it needs another powerhouse like team. It really does. It's top heavy, and I don't want to see it disappear like the Pac-12, and the Big 12. So we need that strong Eastern presence. The ACC. I love the ACC. Like I don't root for very many teams. I mean, I like Miami, but I don't like. There's not very many teams that I root for in the ACC, but I think they're good for college football, and I think this will be good. I think it'll just really bring a lot of rivalry to that region, and to see UNC, so who was the last head coach? They had the head coach that was the head coach of the Cowboys. I forgot his name. He was the head coach of the Cowboys, I think, when Romo, in 2007, 2006, 2008 head coach before he was the head coach of North Carolina, the Tar Heels, and he did all right. I think I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got him to a couple bowl games. I forgot his name, but to see the Tar Heels, if they have a dominant team again, that'll be nice. That'd be really nice. No, it wasn't Jimmy Johnson. It was Wade Phillips, right? Wasn't it Wade Phillips that was head coach of Wade Phillips? He was the head coach of UNC, wasn't he? Cowboys, Houston Roughnecks. Yeah, I know he's in. I thought he was. No, it was the dude from University of Texas that won with Vince Young. That's who the last head coach of North Carolina. Mac Brown. That's what I was thinking of, Mac Brown. Mac Brown didn't do too bad when he was there. He's had six seasons he was there, and he was 113-79. But he was 1-4 in bowl games. All right, so I was right. He did get him to bowl games. I was exactly right. Mac Brown is who I was thinking of. So, and that was nice to see UNC back in the mix of college football. I don't know. I just think it's a good team to have in college football doing well. I just think it's good. Especially when they're doing really good at basketball too. It's like Kentucky. It's that school that can really have both. They can really have both if they, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he does. 5 years. I'm excited to see what he does. It's gonna be interesting. I think I don't know, and I want to see how he handles the transfer portal. Because I heard some people say, "Oh, he's gonna just have a whole other department." I don't know. How is he gonna handle that? Because I think that was what helped Nick Saban. That was definitely one of the reasons Nick Saban was like, "All right, I'm done with this. It's just too much." So, but he even said it would be a straight pathway to the NFL. And I mean, what? Maybe, in these situations now, I'm super excited for the playoff that's about to start with the 12 teams and all that. So I'm interested because I want to see what he can do. We obviously know, so people question him as a head coach, even though he won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, and I don't remember when were those. When did he win? What seasons were that? Seasons the Giants have won Super Bowl, because Eli Manning has 2. Oh, it was 1987 and 1991, and Bill Belichick was there that whole time. So for them to have success that long apart, just like he had success that long apart in New England, even though he was a defensive coordinator. So he was a defensive coordinator, but look at what he did with Tom Brady. But I mean, any head coach can win with Tom Brady for the most part. But it's just I don't think he should be overshadowed that much because he has those other and I mean to be on the team. So that was 87 to 91. That's 4 years. 4 seasons and wins 2 Super Bowls in 4 seasons and stay there as a defensive coordinator, I think says even more about him because he's willing to stay after winning. How many defensive coordinators do you know that quit or go get a new job? They go take a head coach job as soon as they win a Super Bowl, as soon as they win something or on a team with this that wins, they go get a head coaching job instead of just staying on the team and trying to win more. That's what he stayed for a whole other Super Bowl. So, I think that says a lot to his coaching that he's willing to play the long game. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see him. I'm talking about Bill Belichick.
What's going on, Tonk, man? How you doing? Long time no see, brother.
What up, Shake Money?
Living.
I mean, the only time I see him is when we're tagging each other.
Yeah.
Is when I'm sending him something or he's tagging me. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in search of that Osweiga. Okay, because the Jets ain't making it to the playoffs again, so we're gonna have plenty of Osweiga for Brett Favre. No, Aaron Rodgers when he goes into the dungeon of dumbass or wherever the hell that he goes, because I know he ain't gonna be practicing. That's not what he does. He goes into a dungeon. So, but anyways,
you ready for the next one?
No, not yet.
Okay. By the way, his dad also, Bill Belichick's dad also coached Navy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna do well there. I mean, it's just his aura. You know what I mean? Bill Belichick himself going there is going to already start. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be a magnet, and that's why I think that's one of the reasons I think he's gonna do well is because people are gonna want to go play for him. They're gonna be one to play for him because who's the most connected to the NFL than him as a head coach? Like, but it's just weird. Like, why? I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to coach in the NFL again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because it didn't really seem like he cared. I don't know. He doesn't show emotion a lot, but it just seems like he didn't really care. Like he was like it was only a matter of time before somebody stepped up and offered him a job. Really.
Well, you gotta remember. Look, I think the reason he opted out last year, well, obviously because number one, the Atlanta debacle, but two, he was gonna get paid $20 million regardless. So.
It's like he doesn't need to say anything. He doesn't really need to try. Like the job that is right for him will come to him. Like that's the stance he's in. Like it'll come to him. It's just the way things go when you have that much success. It's just gonna happen. So and I think that's some of the reason. That's why I said earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. His dad was a coach there, so that was probably the main reason or a big reason why he has even a connection to a college besides what I don't know where he went to college or whatever he did, but
yeah, I remember him saying because when they talked about Don Shula, he talked about when he was a kid, he used to see Don Shula's coaching show what's it, Corralling the Colts. That's what it was called. And that was when he was. That's when his dad was the coach in Navy.
Oh,
because remember Navy is in Baltimore. So
Jose, he won. He was a defensive coordinator for the Giants when they won 2 Super Bowls, 80s and 90.
Yeah, that was the one thing I brought up is the fact that the Giants, those 4 Super Bowls, 2 were with Belichick, 2 were against Belichick.
Right. So all 4 of them had him included, okay? And people still doubt him. It's like all 4 Super Bowls that the Giants were part of, he was part of. And he wasn't even on the team for 2 of them. And it's just like whatever. So like I don't know. It's just you can't knock the guy. Like it was just bound to happen. I was curious where he was going to go. I'm not really a fan of him. I'm a fan of his success, but like, you know, I want to send him a pair of binoculars for, you know, when he was the new training manager for the team, when he was the new scout or whatever he was doing. But just someone who has that much success, I just want to see what's next. And if it'll help a lot of, you know, if it'll, you know, it's what I see is another good place for players to try to play for and make it to the NFL.
Yeah, his dad coached the Navy back in 1942, and his dad joined the University of Carolina back in 53. Steve Belichick was his dad's name, which ironically is his son's name too.
So he technically has more Super Bowls than Tom Brady for everybody out there.
Yeah, he's got 8. 8. Two as a DC coordinator. Yep.
Yeah. I don't see much difference between being a head coach and a defensive coordinator. There's not.
Yeah, I mean, he's the head coach of the defense, right?
It's just like there's not that much difference. It's not like Tom Brady was also a tight end, and he you know what I mean? Like you can't have players do stuff like that. Only coaches can do stuff like that. Players can't. He can't go like Tim Tebow. He should have been a wide. He should have been what he should have done was been a tight end for New England when he got drafted. Well, after he left, so he went from the Broncos to the Jets to the Patriots. Yeah. I think is what he did. The Patriots wanted to make him a tight end. It didn't work. He didn't want to do it. You can't. It's just it. If anybody could have done it, it would have been Tim Tebow. And it still didn't work. So there you go with play. You can't. You can only bleed the one player. You can only play one position, really, and make a difference. Head coaches can be multiple ones. So I think I don't know. It's not as hard as throwing the ball, catching the ball. It's not as hard, but it doesn't mean it's not mentally as challenging and takes as much, you know, skill and you know, observation. So what we got next, Shake?
We got next, of course, right here. Let me get the
Oh yeah. Are you excited?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
I'm even more excited that the Canes and Alabama aren't in the playoffs. I'll just play. By the way,
that sucks. We're
playing the Canes week 4. Florida and University of Miami week 4.
Next season?
Yep. I'm gonna be at that game, Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay, so where's the playoff? So when does it start? The 21st. So that's 2 weeks is when those games start. So those are just games. They don't have like names. They're not bowl games or playoff games. And then the quarterfinals is when the bowl games start. So Tennessee and Ohio State, that's going to be a good game.
You know what's messed up though?
That's gonna be a good game.
You know what's messed up, man? I think it's messed up that Stephen Ross college team has not only does he have more playoff wins than his pro team, he's got more championships than his pro team.
What's that team?
Michigan.
No, as an owner, because the Dolphins have 2 Super Bowls. Oh, does Michigan? How many?
No, I'm talking about with Ross as the owner.
Yeah,
Ross,
it's gonna be cool to see Indiana.
Right now, Ross as an owner has 0 playoff wins under his belt.
Because he doesn't look at the guy. I've never even seen him smile. He's a schmuck. Of course he does it. The guy's always looking like this every time I see him. Like he always has the same just smug look.
Mm-hmm.
Every time it shows him talking or something, I turn the channel.
Stephen Ross.
It's just like, I'm done, dude. I don't want to hear you talk. Indiana is I'm excited to see that game in Notre Dame. SMU. We haven't seen SMU like have this much success in a long time since they had all that controversy. And then versus another team that just had a whole bunch of controversy, Penn State. Clemson and Texas. I think Clemson's I don't know. That's gonna be a good game.
I tell you what, it's gonna be a lot more impressive, right? It's gonna be more impressive when a team goes back to back nowadays in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a lot harder.
Oh yeah.
For a team to go back to back.
I mean, especially if they're, number 5 and later. If they're not the top 4. Because I mean, if having a bye week right now means a lot. Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
Yeah, because in the NFL team, the regular playoffs, I think they have 16 teams, right? In the regular playoffs, this only have 12. 14 teams. There's 14 teams in the playoffs. My bad. In the regular playoffs, in the NFL, there's 14 teams. 7 AFC, 7 NFC.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'm excited. It's gonna be nice because like we just love football so much in this country. It really we almost need it. like I'm so excited for these games. I'm so excited. Tennessee and Ohio State, that's gonna be a good game. My dad is a Vols fan, so I'll have to give him a call, maybe.
Volunteer. He likes to
where I was born in Georgia is just south of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so he was just in Tennessee a lot, and he's just a Vols fan.
Okay. Yeah,
so I've never really seen him. He's not really a big sports fan, but the only team I've ever seen him like actually say like Vols, like I'm like, okay, Dad.
Well, then again, very rare that Tennessee beat Florida. There's very like maybe a handful of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Peyton Manning never beat.
He never beat him. He never beat. And he was
Eli Manning beat Florida, though. Eli Manning beat Florida, though.
I wasn't watching football enough when Eli was in college.
Yeah, Eli did beat us, though. So I can remember that, unfortunately.
Excuse me. Been some long days recently.
No, man. I'm glad to be back, man, with you, man. And again, I apologize for the late.
It's okay. I didn't get started too late. All right, what we got next? What you got? You got anything on mind, Shake?
Well, when it comes to the playoffs, man, I want to see. Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think that if it goes smoothly, they might add more teams, like do 14 like the NFL?
I don't know. I don't know if it would be oversaturated if you had more teams.
Well, and here's the thing too. I don't know, because here's the thing. The reason I think playoffs are good is because as of recently, the bowl games. To be honest
With the
with you, bowl
players
games,
opting out.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
just like a preseason game. That's all. That's what
Yeah,
it is to me.
I get what you're saying there. I really, it's because, last season it was really bad. There was a lot of players that opted out of the bowl games. But you know what? We had that same conversation. It might have been you and I, or another, where we talked about that it gives other players a chance to actually play.
Mm-hmm.
It might have even been you that said that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you say, like that, it sounds like something you would think of. And it is what it is. I mean,
That's why I say it's a preseason game. It's like a post preseason game.
It's there's cause and effect, right? There's a whole new thing going on, and so it's going to have an effect that we might not have been able to plan for. But however, expanding the playoffs would help that significantly, because even if if you expand it to, I don't know, 20, like the 21st team, they're not that good. Like I don't think you would. I don't think them opting out is as likely when you get to that high or that low in ranking. You know what I'm saying? Versus like the number one teams, if they don't like last season, Georgia wasn't in the playoffs. I don't think they didn't get in last season because they lost to Alabama, and so the players didn't want to play in the bowl game.
Yeah.
But if you're at all the way at 21, they're not getting in any bowl. Like I think the impact would be less significant, is what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain.
But think about this.
But you're right. I mean that. And I honestly, I would actually support that. If it's going to get the better players to keep playing, then I'm, But what were you going to say?
I said last year, the reason why Seminoles got blown out by the Bulldogs was because the whole damn team pretty much opted out.
Yeah. And that can in regardless if it allows other players to step up, that could have significant impact on the game itself. It could have an impact on ticket sales. It could have an impact on, you know what I mean? Like it can, like it and like commercial, like airing the game. Like if it's not good, people aren't even going to watch it. That's going to impact. I mean, it impacts everything, right? It's the trickle down effect almost when you you start having these interruptions. But it's we're gonna see how it is this season. Obviously, like, is the same thing gonna happen? I don't see that. We haven't heard that yet so far, really, have we? Because I mean, they announced some of the bowl games, right? And what's his name? The Miami player, that Cam Ward, he's playing. He's gonna play he's gonna play in the bowl game.
Not to mention, look, the advantage I think Florida and the Canes have is that we have a real young team, base. You know what I'm saying? So I think it behooves, especially Florida, to play them. Especially my man DJ Lagway.
I mean, it's just one of those things that it's just gonna have to, over time. I think it'll just work itself out, maybe. But it was definitely a rude awakening last season when players were opting out. It was just like, whoa, we didn't really see this coming. It was, but cause and effect. It just is what it is. So, but I'm super excited about this. I really am. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it gives. It gives a lot of other teams chances. It really does. Dude, we got Boise State. We haven't seen Boise State in the playoffs yet.
No.
Because they were they were going undefeated for like 30, 40 games, and they were never in the BCS championship. That was back before the playoffs. And now they're number 3.
And think about this. I I'm not gonna pretend I watch March Madness, but I guarantee you, if March Madness followed the same formula as the NCAA football, there'll be a lot of teams that won championship that will never won a championship.
You mean have less teams?
Yeah, like just like if NCAA basketball was doing the playoffs like the championship, like football, where you only had 2 teams, then 4 teams. A lot of these teams that there were Cinderella story. There'll be no such thing as a Cinderella story. Put it that way.
Yeah. So I don't get what you're saying though.
I'm just saying, or less teams. There would have been like, now that there's 64 teams in basketball. If there was less teams in the basketball playoffs, a lot of teams that won there's been a couple. I'm sure there's been some teams that won championships that would have never made the playoffs had the
if it wasn't expanded.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
absolutely. But yeah, so we're starting to get that now. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. Like, I'm looking at the bracket here on ESPN. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
And I tell you what, college football is going to be more exciting than NFL because we already know that Patrick Mahomes is going to win the other championship.
Damn, so man, the way the way they've been winning, man. That game was crazy the other night, dude, but it bounced off of the freaking goalpost. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, what? Like, that game was incredible, man. That game was so good. I watched that whole game. Every Chiefs game I have time to watch, I watch. Because it's crazy that people, it's like they try to find something negative to say about the Chiefs. Yeah, they're winning by literally 1 or 2 points, but they're still winning. Like, who cares how they're winning? Like, they're using all of their players. They're figuring out ways to win, even if it takes them into overtime. Like, they make it so that you do not win. Like, and it takes them all the way to the end of a game, and it's just
last year when they won the Super Bowl, nobody cared. Hey man, Patrick Mahomes, this is your worst year in the NFL. Nobody cared.
It's like, yes, so what? That's what a team is for. Like, if your quarterback isn't doing the best, but you have superb catchers and running backs and offensive line to where he can throw shorter passes or whatever he does to win, because obviously they still won. It's just like, beat them then. If they're so bad, well, then beat them. Look, freaking Josh Allen had to have his best game of the season to beat them.
Yeah, wide right, by the way.
I said football corner pocket. When it bounced off. I said the guy banked the freaking ball in there. That was crazy, dude. And it's like it hit at an angle where it still goes in. It's like, yo, like.
So are you ready for the next one, baby?
Oh man, I love football. Oh yeah, so it is Caps. I believe he's 39 today. So we want to say happy birthday to Christopher El Capitan Adams. Yay! Happy birthday, homie. Birthday,
El Cap. By the way, last week on Insomnia, I did a show with HB.
Oh yeah?
He did. Yeah, man. HB. It took a lot of prodding and begging, but I finally got HB to make his debut on my show, baby, with El Capitan.
When? Oh, did you film? Like, did you make a?
Yeah, we did. We filmed last Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was me, El Capitan, and me, El Capitan, HB Crypto. Yeah, man, and we talked about memory lane.
Oh, okay.
We even talked about the basketball incident.
Oh, you mean from like when we were kids?
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't there for that one. I hate that story. That's why I always tell the story about him falling in the fire pit, because he loves to tell that story. All right, and so I'm gonna tell it then. So we were on the beach. This was like 2010, and there was a like in that area of where were they? The Flagler Beach areas where they were living. You could have bonfires on the beach, and so I wanted to jump over it because that's just what I just love doing shit like that. And so what I did was I used a stick and like pole vaulted over the fire, and I did it fine. And so Brandon HB goes to do it. I forgot what he did, but he ends up falling completely in the fire, like burning the shit out of his foot. And I'm like, hey, dude, you just saw me do it. Why didn't you just do the same thing that I did?
Damn.
So,
oh man, but no, that was a good episode though. It was a great episode.
Good old HB.
And
yeah, so
one of my favorite things, actually, man, what made me like HB when he did the disclaimer. That was hilarious.
Oh, like the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. That took me by surprise. That was dope. I saved it. I think I still have it as my freaking on my Facebook. I think I made it as my cover photo or whatever.
No, but one thing I like, not the saying that, because El Cap, you know, he's a natural when it comes to doing this on YouTube. But there's something about when he's with you or when he's with and I seen this Friday when he was with HB. There's something different about his aura when he's with you guys. There's something that I don't know. I can't explain it, but there's something like, I don't know. It's hard to. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if he's more looser, but there's a different vibe about him when he's with you or when he was with HB.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Even though that's hard, that's like it's hard. You gotta know him his whole life really to have that effect on him, because he's known HB, like we've known him. Cap has known HB longer than I have, but they've known each other a long time. And I've known Cap a long time too, and they were they lived in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, but like I was honored for him to be on my on Insomnia, man.
Yeah, because I don't think he's like likes that, like to where he's not a podcaster.
Yeah. No, but I kind of pestered him a little bit, but he helped. Eventually, you're like, yeah, all right, I'll do it. Not too much, but yeah.
Excuse me.
So yeah, man. And then, of course, your godson, Liam, are they still in the playoffs?
I'm not sure. I haven't. Cap keeps us updated, but I haven't asked him. And he hasn't freaking wrote me back. I said I want to come down for one of his birthdays. I was thinking maybe next year. Mm-hmm. Next year. All right, so let's see. Because I was hoping to maybe come down on his birthday, but then also be able to do something.
By the way, 2 years, we talked about this on Insomnia. 2 years from now, we're going to be in Minnesota. I think El Capitan said he's going to go to that game because that's what, HB is.
Oh, what game?
Dolphins in Minnesota is going to be in 2 years from now. Not next year, but the year after.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can do that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. I'm going to make sure I go to that game. Either that or Green Bay because my wife's family's from Green Bay.
Well, no, I mean, if you should Wisconsin. You should go to the Minnesota one. I'll be down to go to that one too.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely we'll link up. Yeah, because that'd be nice.
Because his birthday next year is on a Friday. Because I haven't seen him since 2018. I haven't seen his family since pretty much that same year. So I haven't seen my godchildren since then either. It was a long time ago now. But like he lives so far away from the places I'm in when I'm in Florida. It's just like he's always so far away still. All right, so what do we got next?
Last but not least.
Oh, so yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what is up with this guy. I don't get it. I don't get it. No.
Hold on.
So I said number 5 tonight is Tua. And it's because what game was it where after the game? And what was funny was I jumped on a show with Cap. Oh my gosh. The
NFL, baby.
The Miami Flamingos.
Hell yeah, Miami Flamingos. Hey,
the Miami
after that, let's think about women football teams. Women version of a team.
But hold on. All right, we'll do that after Tua.
Okay.
So I don't know why he was saying it, but I jumped on Cap's show, and him and Color were just complaining. And I'm like, what the hell are they complaining about? And it was because of what Tua said. He's like, oh, that's what they're going to say when they're on their couch eating potato chips.
Yeah. Oh, I think about
Tua, don't take yourself too seriously, man. Okay? Because half the people think you shouldn't even be playing football because your brain has been knocked around so many times. So that's what a lot of people are actually thinking, Tua. So before you want to point your finger at us, the people who pay for the tickets, the people who watch your games,
for this Sunday,
the people who go to your games, to people who have a podcast named after your team, like for you to come at us, dude. And I understand people run their mouth on Instagram. I'm not supporting them. But I don't, but you're saying that looking at me too, dude. And we don't do that. Like whenever people on here are complaining about Tua, like his performance, it's there's a difference between someone talking about your stats and a hater, right? And I will talk about Tua's stats and him as a player, but I've never been a hater. And for him to lash out, and it's like, dude, just why are you even online? And or why you're even getting interviewed? Just say, I'm here so I don't get fined. It's just like if you're and we saw this already from the Dolphins this year. This is what pissed me off about it, is that the Dolphins this year have gone after their fan base so many times. And it's pissed me off because why are you going after us? We haven't done anything wrong to you. We, like I said, we go to your games, watch your games on TV, okay? We, go to your freaking games. So many people on this podcast series have gone to Dolphins games this evening. Crypto was in freaking Los Angeles going to games. Jake was in Indianapolis going to games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Crypto went all the way up to Michael K neck of the woods to go to a
Buffalo.
game.
He's going to Houston and he's going to Cleveland.
Okay, so Tua, is he the couch potato you're talking about? He's literally going all over the country to watch the team you play on. Is he a couch potato? No, he's not. So take your dumbass comment and shove it right where the sun don't shine, dude. Shove it. And you know what, Tua? I defend, like, I want you to retire, man, because I feel like I don't want anything else to happen to your brain, dude. I want you to not have to deal with stuff like that. That's how I feel about it. So when you're pointing a finger at people, you're pointing a finger at people that actually do want to see you do well. And I'm not going to judge you by your performance. So take your, like, you Dolphins, y'all need to take your comments elsewhere. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. A large reason why I have success in music is because I don't run my mouth. I don't complain. I just do what I'm there to do, and I'm quiet, and I handle business. Because once you start getting caught up in this, if this is what you're getting caught up in, it says there's so many other things that are wrong. That's exactly what it says.
Here's the thing. In a sassy way, he was trying to say it's easier than it looks. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it looks. But at the end of the day, we know it's not as easy as it looks, because if it was as easy as it looks, people want to be drafting quarterbacks every year.
It's just he shouldn't be paying it. Like, I don't know where he's reading this or where he's hearing these this chatter, but he needs to remove himself from it during the season. Like, the people around him in the locker room need, like, don't get interviewed. Don't, just stay away from it if it's bothering you. If it's bothering you, then stay away from it. If I'm hearing a whole bunch of chatter towards me and I'm trying to focus and do well, I just remove myself from it. Like, that's a healthier thing to do. And I understand it's like it's put in your face a lot because you are a professional athlete playing for a professional team. So you have all that, you have all that media coverage, but there's ways for you to try to avoid the people that are bothering you. And I want to see you be able to do that instead of getting so upset that you have to just lash out, because I've lashed out before and it's never good. We got to find other ways. I've tried so many times. Like, I've typed stuff out and I've erased it. Like, I've wanted to make posts, I've wanted to say things, and I try my hardest not to say it because you should say it to somebody that can actually help the situation. Saying it to us isn't going to help. And maybe you could say, hey, I'm trying my hardest here. These comments are bothersome. Like, leave me alone. You could ask them to leave you alone. And if they got a problem with it, that's on them. But, I mean, and then somebody broke into his car.
Yeah, he said that he has armed guardmen, so just be careful.
Dude, what is up with theft in this country, man? Theft happens all the time here in Seattle. Now in California, they got it where it says, please don't steal more than like $600 at a time. There's signs that say, please don't steal more than $600 or something like that. So Evan Longoria's car got stolen before when he played for the Rays. How did they get into these cars? Where was his car that it got broken into?
Bro, I went to when I was in New Mexico, I was at this like super Target, and by the door there was like this big ass Mexican dude with a gun. They had armed guards, private security, guards over there.
So I don't know. I don't know what car it was, but man, you don't have an alarm on there, or I don't know. How did they steal Evan Longoria? Like, how are they getting a hold of their cars? You need to have less cars and less conspicuous cars. just chill the hell out. Like, and then he's like, "Oh my gosh, Tua, you're in the news for all the wrong reasons, man. It's not working out, dude. It's not working." And he's crazy tattooed. Have you seen all his tattoos? Like his arms are like completely covered.
Yeah.
And Samoan tattoos. I mean, I imagine they're Samoan.
You know, they're still doing the old-fashioned way, right?
You mean like we're?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Does that hurt? I don't know. Does that hurt more than
the tribal? Yeah, if you get tribal tattoos, it has to be that it can't be with a gun. It has to be the old-fashioned way.
tattoos? If it wasn't for modern technology, there's no way I'd be able to get a tattoo. There's no way I could get any other. I have a bunch of tattoos, but there's absolutely no way I could do something that isn't using electricity to tattoo me. like no way. And he's got I don't know, man. People got I had to stop. I ran out of space on this area of my body to get tattoos. I had to move to my legs because I can only handle so much, but I haven't gotten any tattoos up here yet. So I was thinking maybe move up here someday. I don't know. I'm real private with my tattoos. Like I gotta be shirtless for you to see them. But they're for me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Rams won 12-6. Worst Slugfest.
Yeah, I had the game on. I haven't been watching it. You know, actually, last week I watched the post coverage on Prime Prime Video, and it was actually pretty good. Like they did like games and stuff, and like quizzes and stuff. It was pretty cool. If you got time for it. Oh. All right. Well, I think that was it, right?
We want to talk about the a couple of NFL teams that we had WNFL. What would they be?
Oh, okay. So we got the Miami Flamingos.
Would the New England Patriots be the New England Feminists?
They would. No, that'd be the New York Feminists.
That's true.
So we got, in all respect to Miami Flamingos,
the
New York Feminists.
Yeah.
Let's see. The New York. We
Cow
already
girls,
have the Liberties.
Cowgirls. Yeah.
So will we have like females like the sparrows or the what female bird? What bird would be most represented by a female? Ostriches? Chicken? The hens. The Kentucky. So no. The Kansas City hens. Okay. The Chicago
Badgers?
No. Chicago City. I don't know. Chicago bean. No. The Chicago Towers.
What about the San Francisco 69ers, 49ers?
69ers. The San Francisco Golden Gates or San Francisco. Oh, seals or something. Like some I don't know, some animal.
All right.
The tide.
What?
San Francisco surf. San Francisco surf.
All right. How about this? The New England Divas. What team?
Yeah, there you go. The New England Divas. Let's see. The Las Vegas Strippers.
Showgirls.
Yeah. The Showgirls. And we got the Seattle Umbrellas.
Well, actually, Kansas City Showgirls because you're the show me state, right?
Yeah, but where are we going to have the hens at?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Houston. The Houston Hens.
That's too. No, the double H isn't. No, the double H isn't. So we got the Seattle Umbrella.
Tennessee Hens.
The Seattle. We already have a whole bunch of female teams. Let's see.
Seattle Raining.
No, we already have the Rainiers and the Rain. The Tampa Bay. Let's see. The Tampa Bay.
I have a quick question on an unrelated note. Being that you're in Seattle, do they have like a special place for Kurt Cobain or anything like that? Like, you know how Grace.
So for Kurt Cobain, you can go to the house that he owned at the time. And later on, it's actually where he committed suicide. But the structure that he actually committed suicide in, that's been taken down. But his house is still there, and it's on Mercer Island. And next to his house, there's a bench there that a lot of people go and visit. And every time I've been there, I've visited there a few times, there's people there. And then Aberdeen, where his childhood home is, there's a statue there, and what I believe I was at was because there was I just looked up Kurt Cobain when I was in Aberdeen, and it brought me to this little statue, but it was right next to a bridge. It literally, there was a trail that led up to a bridge, and that's where he was homeless before, I guess, Nirvana. And I don't think I knew that until I went to the rock and roll, the museum, the Mo Pop museum we have here. I went there and I read about Nirvana, and I read that he lived under a bridge in Aberdeen. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's the one I went to. So that's really the only two things here for Kurt Cobain. It's, I don't know. It's just, his legacy is kind of sad, so it's not really the most happiest stuff. Jimi Hendrix's grave is here too. That's a big grave, and it has one of his relatives next to him and stuff. That's in Renton. And then Bruce Lee's grave is here, and so is his son's grave. And that grave, and people leave stuff at Jimi Hendrix. There was a whole bunch of stuff there. And Bruce Lee, there was always new flowers. I've been there twice. And both times I've been there, there was a whole bunch of flowers that people just don't need. And he died 40-something years ago.
Wow.
And all the people I've seen go there, they were not older people. They were my age. And I wasn't even born yet. No. That'd be like Lake Worth sea hags.
How about this? The Tampa Bay Wenches.
Isn't that a bad word for women though?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. No, you can only get away with that if it was 200. If it was the Redskins originally. The Wenches, no, you can't have the Wench.
I thought a wench was just like a regular.
That'd be like having the the Beheaders as a team name.
Hey, one last thing. Was it Lincoln Park in Seattle too, or no?
No, I think I don't know where they're from. I've never really heard where they're from. We have Pearl Jam. We have Pearl Jam here. Savage Garden, I think. And then we had, I don't know, there's been a lot of artists here, but they all committed suicide. Or they like died some crazy ways. Like Pearl Jam is like one of the only bands that really survived. Because the lead singer of Alice in Chains is from here. Mm-hmm. That lead singer died, Lane Stanley. And then the Savage Garden guy, Chris something, Cornell, he committed suicide. I think Dave Matthews is from here. Macklemore's from here. Yeah, Lincoln.
Right, yeah, Lincoln Park's from California. Yeah, there you go. Like he said it.
Art, that's dope. Yeah, when the Red Hot Chili Peppers were here in 2022, I took my grandfather to that concert, and what's his name from Pearl Jam was there, the lead singer. Eddie Vedder showed up. You could see him backing in his Escalade.
One thing about Red Hot Chili Peppers, they will not hesitate to tell you that they're from California.
No, it's not in any of their music. It's like Snoop Dogg. You never heard him say Snoop Dogg in a song.
Or Long Beach.
Yeah. It's like you wouldn't know Snoop Dogg is from Long Beach, California, would you?
Or Dre's from Compton. Or
okay. Oh, so no, I put NFL on here. Hold on a second. I know I had NFL on here.
Yeah, you did. That's why I put the NFL.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's all good.
That's my bad. So yeah, I wanted to talk about. Let's see. So the standings. So Detroit is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. 12-1, dude.
Yep.
They've never been that good. Even when the last time they were even close to that was when Jim Shorts was there.
Yeah.
And
who's that guy? Jim Caldwell. When they had Megatron, they went 3 years.
It was Jim Shorts.
Huh?
It was Jim Shorts.
What are you talking about?
Jim Caldwell was of the Colts.
Jim Caldwell was the head coach.
Well, so was Jim Shorts, though.
Jim Caldwell was the head coach.
Yeah, but so when I think he was in 2011.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell was the head coach. Yeah.
No, it's Jim Shorts.
No. It's not the guy from. I'm telling you, it's not the guy from Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you. No.
Yeah, Jim Shorts. Here he is. He was undefeated with the Lions, and then John Harbaugh beat him when he was with the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the game because Jim Harbaugh kept walking, and Jim Shorts was like, "Oh, hey, you better talk to me. You better talk to me," and he like kind of pushed him off. And then it shows Jim Caldwell right here. It shows him at the Colts. But yeah, he was Jim Caldwell. He always has the same look on his face.
Yeah. Jim Caldwell was the coach from 2014 to 2017.
Okay, so I was right. Jim Shorts was the coach before him. It was 2012.
Okay.
because I remember that the interaction
And
that
in
they had.
2012, he was with the. By the way, he was with the Ravens. Caldwell.
Yeah. That was the last time the Lions were good. So I mean,
No,
they were
actually,
good
it was
last
after
season.
that.
They were good
It was
last
after
season.
that. Remember, they went to the playoffs with Jim Caldwell. They had Dominican Sue, they had Megatron, all those people. They kept losing in the first round. That's why they fired him.
He was like the head coach of the Bengals. They kept
Yeah,
losing.
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, first round exits. Then Matt Patricia took over.
It might be the Lions and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Listen, as long as Buffalo ain't in it, I'm happy.
But the Philly's going to be tough. So they've already clinched the playoffs. So an X means they clinched playoffs. So, and then Z means clinched division.
Yeah, Buffalo, which Buffalo did, unfortunately.
Yep. Oh, of course. We weren't going to catch up to them. All right. Well, I think I'm pretty much done for tonight.
I appreciate you. I had fun, man.
Yeah, thank you for.
When you text me earlier, I'm like, hell yeah, so, I'm down.
Yeah, because we got pushed on Thanksgiving, and then last week I was just too busy, so it's been a couple weeks.
So, hey, real quick before we after we hang up on me, I just want to ask you something backstage.
Okay.
So,
all right, y'all. Thank you. Have a nice night.
We out. And remember,